A pair of stars are working their way back to respective title contenders this season. Matt, I have a simple question for you. Between Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson, whose return is more important, more valuable to their team?
I mean, right now, I think it really has to be Kyrie Irving, specifically in the moment and also in the playoffs too. It's got to be Kyrie for what he adds to this Nets team. I mean, KD is out right now. The East is super tight. I mean, basically everybody is almost within less than 10 games of the first place.
Right.
And so you have to be able to win games on the road and stay relevant. And you got to, for the Nets, you want to have, the 1 seed, the 2 seed, or the 3 seed, and not fall into that 4, 5, or 6 area. So Kyrie has been huge for that and just giving them some wins and some much needed offensive star power.
Yeah.
But also, when you look at the Nets and the Golden State Warriors and their rosters overall, this Warriors team, even before Klay came back, was already looking like a title contender. They looked like they were deep enough to make that run. Klay just kind of is like extra, cherry on top because they were already going to be great without him. They're going to be even greater with him. But with Kyrie and the Nets, there was going to be some serious questions about how far the Nets can make it into the playoffs against teams like Milwaukee, against teams like Chicago and Miami without Kyrie, because the rest of that team is not as solid as the Golden State Warriors. So Kyrie coming back, being that third all-star and superstar is going to be huge for their big three, and it's the reason why if they do anything, it'll be because of him in the playoffs.
100%. I think a lot of what you said is dead on. Simply put, these Brooklyn Nets need Kyrie.
Yes.
I don't know if the Warriors need Klay Thompson at this point, and I think it's safe to say Klay Thompson at this point to this Warriors team is simply a luxury.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about Kyrie, his return, he's played in 9 games through Wednesday this season. He scored 20 points in 8 of them. He scored 30 points in 3 of those 9 games. So this man, Kyrie, is what he has always been, a bucket, simply put, point blank, period. And Klay Thompson, as great as he is, he's still working back from 2 massive injuries. So there's still some room for improvement for Klay. But Kyrie, there's no holding him back in terms of his physical performance. Another reason, why Kyrie is needed, and you mentioned this, we don't have much evidence, talking about the postseason, we don't have much evidence of James Harden being a playoff performer.
No.
And we know that's what the Brooklyn Nets are going to need in terms of multiple guys, or at least one other guy besides Kevin Durant, to show up big in postseason games. And James Harden that's just not been him throughout his career. That has been Kyrie Irving throughout his career. He has been a playoff performer. He is a necessity for this Brooklyn Nets team. The Brooklyn Nets aren't a championship contender, in my opinion, if Kyrie Irving isn't healthy or if he's going to be missing a significant portion of the playoffs or the regular season. I still like the Warriors as a title contender without Klay Thompson, especially.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're going to have 3 All-Stars.
Yep.
Obviously, Steph and Andrew Wiggins are going to be starting in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
That's another conversation. But Draymond is voted as a reserve as well. And these young guys as well. Kuminga has really showed up and be an important piece. So
Jordan Poole might be 6th man of the year.
It's the depth of the Golden State Warriors honestly makes Klay Thompson a luxury. That's just not the same, not the same deal. Excuse me, in Brooklyn.
No, the rich get richer in Golden State, and in Brooklyn, it's a necessity to stay alive.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But we can't wait to see how this plays out. We'll definitely be talking about these 2 teams throughout the spring. But that's going to do it for us. For Scott Procter and Matt Morris, we'll catch you next time.